So today we're talking about winter in Ohio and how it's impacting my plant collection. I have to say that it's been quite trying. And I think more so this year than last year, and I'm not sure why. I think it's a lot to do with me losing my mom, and I'm just having a really hard time sludging through each day. And when I'm seeing my plants suffer, and I really not sure how to feel about it, even though I'm trying so hard to have them adapt and to be able to make it through the winter okay without suffering. But all that said, they are suffering. It's very cold here, and in the morning times, we have a temperature by the window over there. It can be 58 degrees to 62 degrees Fahrenheit, and our current humidity is 29%. So let me show you, but we're sitting at 4:44 p.m., so it's going to be a lot warmer. .67 degrees, which is balmy in here, absolutely balmy. But the humidity is down to 28% since I walked from the window over here. Right? No, it's 29%. I can't see that little window on this camera. So, and you see the little sad face because he's dry. I don't know if you can see it or not. But anyways, so today I want to go over the good leaves and the bad leaves that have come out in the course of the last 2.5, 3 months that have been winter. And just so we can talk through, and I'm not going to be able to add much, obviously, but I just want to be able to share those with you. So the first unsightly leaf, I really had hopes. I really had hopes for this plant. I was getting ready to actually repot it. Maybe I was going to repot it early December with you guys in one of my videos, and but I stopped myself because I saw a leaf starting to come out of the caterpillar, and so I wanted to give it its best shot. And I said, well, I don't want to repot, because every time I repot a plant that's having a leaf come out, it gets stunted in some form or fashion, or it just doesn't do well. And so I was like, okay, I want this to do well because it's a beautiful leaf when it does come out. Well, not so much. I just watered this plant. It was really, really thirsty. These guys, I can't even begin to tell you how much I water these pots that have drainage. But this is my Magnificum crystal, I believe. And this is the leaf that I'm talking about. It's not even fully out. It's very, 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 very wet. They all are. But if you see how badly it was beat up, we've got a hole, and then everything around this leaf is all shard. And that was, I'm not sure, I think it was just severely dehydrated. The leaf cannot get enough humidity. It's not going to do well, just like our skin in the wintertime. My skin is in terrible shape. right now, and it's because I have no humidity in this house. So I can't expect my plants to be any better. Could I have put this in some kind of a tent? Yes, but I've talked about that many times. I'm just not interested in having a tent. But I'm also, my dogs. Sorry about that. I suspect there'll be more. I think there's a cat or something outside, but I don't see it. So let me show you. I can't pick this up, so I'm going to bring you guys over here. So you see her? This is my queen. So I've got two big bags of plastic wrap, or plastic bags around her leaves. And I've had it that way probably 1 week, not that long. But so this leaf here, let me go ahead and take these off. So I'd have it cut. It's a really big, long bag you can get at the store, and then I cut it up and down, and then hanging onto my moss pole. But if you see, which I don't think you'll see very good, but maybe you can, it's really hard for me to tell in this little lens. But it's this leaf here that is the one that came out during the winter. It is stunted. It doesn't look stunted, but it is stunted if you compare it to the one prior to that one. So this one was, I think I measured close to 20 inches long, 21 inches long, 15 inches wide in the summertime when it came out. And then this one, I haven't even measured it because it's really the same size as this one that came out early summer. But size really does, I mean, it's just part of it, right? I think that this would have been extremely large if it weren't for the winter and the lack of humidity and the extreme temperatures in this house. Now, they do say that these plants like to have colder at night. And at night, it is colder in here, obviously. Right now, we're down in the -8s at night. Right now, it's 16 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So it's been a rough winter for these plants and for those of us that live here. But the bottom line here is I think how I protected this plant is by wrapping it in these. I did wrap this particular one in saran wrap, and you've probably seen me, if you watched my video with, it was in December doing the wild fern tag, I had it up there on the table with it wrapped. And if I wouldn't have wrapped it, I have no doubt in my mind that this would never have gotten this long and that beautiful. Because this is a beautiful leaf. Just the problems is all the cuts that happen around here, right? But the stem on this leaf is very large. And I knew when I saw it being large, I said, oh, this leaf's going to be bigger than the last one. I can't wait. It didn't happen. So yeah, so this one, I'm chalking this one up to a good leaf. I was able to save it. It's not what I wanted, but that's okay. I didn't want these holes either, but this is the most beautiful leaf I've ever owned. And so let me back you up, see if I can, yeah. So this is the most beautiful leaf I've owned on a queen and the largest. So you know, she's doing good, but what's happening is you see all of these marks, this dead dry bits that's happening. That's because of the winter. And it doesn't matter how often I water this plant. This moss back here is not sopped, but it's wet. And this moss is wet almost all the time. Not sopped, but it's damp. I keep the queen damp. I don't let her dry ever. There are some anthuriums that do dry, and that's just simply because I can't keep up with all of them. But with her, I do. And with this one, I do. There's, you know, I try really hard to make sure everybody's has moisture. But it didn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter when you have humidity against you, and you have below 40% humidity, your leaves just aren't going to be stellar. Now, again, it's not terrible. I do have some leaves that are stellar that have come out, and I find it very interesting, and we're going to go and we're going to check those out too as we go. But I'm just kind of going down the line of plants as I see them to the ones I want to talk about. Now this is a brand new leaf, as you can see here. Now this is my Mr. Worldwide Cross Dorito, I think. And this leaf isn't bad looking. It's not bad at all. It's just wonky because it had a hard time coming out of the leaf. And so I'm just hoping that the cold isn't so bad and the lack of humidity so bad that it doesn't shrink and die on me like some of my others. Let's see here, yeah. So that's what he looks like, and it's very small. I mean, here's my hand. So you see how small that it is. It's just a baby leaf, and this is just a baby plant, but it's doing really good. This was the last leaf that I had grown in my care before the deep set of winter. So that's that one. Now, I've had no growth here. These guys are doing fantastic. If you remember my video when I chopped or I pruned my Begonia Maculata and the I can't think of its name. I can't think of its name. This guy. Anyways, I put them in this one. It's in water and perlite. I put my fertilizer in yesterday when I re-watered them to change the water out. So, but they're doing fantastic. I think they don't care. This plant really doesn't care about winter, is what I've learned. Now, does it have dry bits? Yes, it does have dry bits. The ones in my kitchen, which is where I pruned these from, Cracklin Rose, that's what this is called. This is a Cracklin Rose Begonia. So yeah, it does not like winter either, but it really dislikes not having light. Those two begonias do not stay in the plant room. They're always by my window. Sometimes if they don't get really, if they don't have any sun for 2 days, then I'll bring them in here and I'll put them in under the grow light for a day or two and just let them kind of soak that up. But most of the times they just stay in the kitchen. I have not sure what I'm going to do with this. I really like it this way. And if I can keep it this way and it just grow from here, I may just do that, keep it in water. So we'll see. So this one's doing great. No growth, no growth, no growth. This one, This is a red crystal, dark crystal cross tin black. And this is the newest leaf that's coming out. Now, this one, this one's good. I mean, you can tell, see how it's forward? It's because it's cold and because it's dry in here. But this plant is really resilient. It's a resilient plant, I think. I have had no problems with this plant other than when I first put it to no drainage, it got these wet bits because it was soaking up too much water. But as of now, this leaf seems to be doing okay, this new leaf. And this is no drainage. My queen is not no drainage. This crystal that you saw is not no drainage. This is drainage. No, sorry. This is no drainage. And I'm not saying that that's best, but let's just keep that in mind as we go, okay? I turned my grow lights pretty down below here. I don't think you can see it, but I'm just curious if, I'm trying to see if I can move this camera a little bit. But I turned those down because I want to make sure you guys can see my cacti and my plants down below when I'm recording and not have such a ugly, bright color of the grow lights. I really am not going to cover anything. Well, am I? I think I will cover something down here. I want to cover the pings. My cacti are doing marvelous. They don't care about, they don't care at all about the cold. They actually like it, I think. I moved this ping, it's a Tina. It's underneath down where the cactuses are. All my pings are down under the cactuses now. And this growth has happened, this growth here has happened within a period of a week and a half. She has been under the other grow lights down on the other table, but there's been no growth. And it's amazing having 3 Burina lights turned on for my cactuses, what it does with the rest of these plants. But yeah, so that's this one. So she's doing really good. I want to show you my other pings because they're all doing marvelous. I don't know the names of them. If I have them, I'll put them up. But this is the one that always is red. And it's actually really red and fuzzy right now. It's primed for gnats at the moment. But it's always flowering. It's always flowering. Hopefully that's coming in. And I'm not, my face isn't. Look how cute it is. But this flower has just died off. But there's already another flower coming out. I just love these little plants. I love how fuzzy it is. It's the first time I've actually seen how fuzzy it is. So, yeah. And then I moved these, like I said, down here. And these are the first time since I've owned these pings that I'm seeing flowers shoot out. And this is the real little ping. And this is a real little ping that is starting to flower. And they're going to be real pretty purple. I don't know if you can see it, but they've got some really, these are the Joannas. I've got 2 Joannas in here, I know that. I'm not sure what these 2 are, but I'm excited because I'm seeing them start to color. But boy, does it dry out fast. So I'm thinking about repotting them into something different. closer to spring, but I haven't, it's not really on an agenda. It's just something I'm thinking about. They're so cute. But yeah, so they're doing fantastic under my cactus lights. So the good news here is my lithops haven't died. Wintertime indoor lithops don't do the same as outdoor, or outdoor lithops that are at nurseries or whatever in the nice sunshine all year round. So you can't really go by the rules that you see on Google or Reddit. But look at how they're splitting. So they're splitting, but I'm still watering them, just so you know. And I'm not watering them in the sense of frequently. I'm only getting water line up to about right here. I'm actually bottom watering these. Sometimes I drizzle water on them, but what you have to be careful of is when they start splitting like this, you don't want this outer leaf to have too much water, or that inner leaf will never come out and it'll just suffocate. So I have to be very cautious. But my lithops are doing really well too. No impact from winter. So let's see, let's move on. I don't know how to face you guys here. What's next? No new leaf. This was a new leaf during winter time. This is one of my favorites, which I still need to do a favorites video. This is my Ace of Spades dark form cross BVEP round. Now this leaf here is a new leaf that came out in winter. And you can see, once again, the ripples down this side. And that is from the dryness. Now when this leaf came out, we weren't in the dead of sub-zero temperatures, so it had a better chance than everybody else. But I am happy to see that it's doing okay. This is a new plant that you guys saw me repot from Baker's Acres in a previous video, just maybe two weeks ago. I don't remember. But I said when I was repotting it, I said, this leaf is never going to make it. And I was right. It didn't make it. It is fried. And it just dried up like a little raisin because it could not deal with this lack of humidity. This is the Gator cross Bess cross Fort Sherman cross Ralph Lynham cross Fort Sherman. I knew that, so I wasn't disappointed, and I'm not cutting it off. I probably should cut it off, I'm wondering here, but I'm not sure. I've just been kind of letting them go and do their thing. And then it'll grow another leaf, because that's the beauty of these plants. They just grow another leaf. But so yeah, that's this one. Here is another. This is my the wall Papillilaminum Voldemort that I got from Woohoo Tropicals. This was the last leaf that it put out, right here. And then now here's the next leaf. I had to do a lot of spritzing to have that leaf open up. It was stuck. It was stuck, and I was scared, and I was like, don't you do it, Sheri. Don't you do it. Don't you help it. So by spraying it a couple of times, it opened up on its own. And I did have these covered for like 2 days with the plastic wrap. And I think that helped, but I took it off. I'm just so tired of looking at plastic wrap, guys. The queen can stay in it, but I just am tired of it. You know, I mean, because when I think about it, I'm like, you didn't buy a tent because how ugly a tent is. You want to enjoy your plants. Well, it's no different if I put them under these ugly, whoa, these ugly freezer bags, then I can't see them either. And it's like, it just defeats the purpose. So who's next? Did I show this one? Yeah, so, and this one's done nothing. This one, which is my Pallidiforum, which I think you can't see. So hold on a second here. Let's see if I can do something. So I'm not going to take the plant down because it's too hard getting it up and down. And I ripped the leaf. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it. I did. I ripped the new leaf. It was too tender. It was too tender, and I got her down to check to see if she needed water. And this is the new leaf here, where my hand is, if you can see it. Do you see the rip? That's because I was just rough with her, and unfortunately that's there forever now, like the rest of these. I did all of these, and it just torques my world. This leaf is still very fragile, but the leaf before it was this one in the center. And look at the difference in sizes. You see how small the new leaf is comparatively, and the length? That's because of winter. That's because it's too cold and the humidity is too low in this house for this plant to be able to push out the leaf the size that it needs to. And that's very disappointing to me. I think she would have been a beautiful leaf. It would have been the first one in this no drainage, but the humidity was just, but there was no damage. So that is a wonderful thing, other than what I did to it. So again, no damage in the no drainage pot. Oh, I hate moving this one. It's just nerve-wracking. The other one, my Veitchii, I had to move it back here because these leaves, his wingspan just demolishes all the light for everybody else on this table. So I had to move him somewhere. I hate putting him in the corner, and I don't know where else to put him. I'm at that point of no return at the moment with space. I'm watching my dog. She's, I think a bug just crawled on her. Anyways, so this leaf here was from winter time. It started coming out in November, end of November, and it fully came out. I would say it was fully out by mid-December. And this one did marvelous. Now, I didn't pot it in the no drainage until after. Was that true? Yeah, until after it hardened off. But look at here. Let's see if you can see it. I'm going to come up. You see, we got a new leaf coming out. So he has to stay under the grow light. I can't shove him in the dark place somewhere. No, I can't do it. He's got to keep growing. So I'm very excited to see what this is. I think it's a leaf. At least I hope it is, and it's not a flower. It's not flowered yet for me, but it's only a year old. So yeah, this leaf turned out successful, and that's a success for having it in a draining pot. This thing for me is an excellent plant. As long as it's in light, it's going to do good for you. So this is a new leaf that just came out. Now this is the Carlablackiae cross BVEP cross Forgetti cross Carla I bought from Charmaine and their plant shop, but that's the latest leaf. I think she's gorgeous. And she didn't get all that much light. I had her down on the shelf and she got just a little bit of grow light, but that's all she needed. It didn't need a whole lot. But then, of course, I moved it up here because that's what I do. No new leaf from this guy yet. No new leaf. No new leaf. I mean, I don't know how these guys are really doing, but no new leaf on this one either. Yeah. These are all Baker's Acres plants. No new leaf here. No new leaf here. This is still fairly new. This one, I'm sorry, I didn't have you weren't watching where I was headed. This one is my Pallidiforum narrow. And this is what I got from Woohoo Tropicals. And this is the latest leaf since no drainage. I think it would have been even longer, but this one had trouble. It's still growing, but it had trouble coming out because of the dryness in the air. I had to help it a lot. Showers really help these by beating it on the leaf. It kind of wakes them up and helps them split, to open up. But yeah, so that is my latest beauty. And it looks like she's starting to work on another one right there. I'm going to let my dogs out and take a quick break and be back. So the next plant, this one here is a Baker's Acres, and this is the newest leaf. Has minor damage. This is a Crystallinum cross Forgetti cross Wu 9 red crystal. This is a rock star plant. Absolute rock star plant. Every one of these leaves that's been pushed out since I've had it have been beautiful leaves. And this is the latest. My dogs are taking off. It's so cold out when they come in, they go crazy. Hopefully they don't knock my stuff over. But there she is. Now, the only damage, like I said, is this leaf, this right here. If you see my finger, it's that little hole. And then we have a little bit of damage down here, which is all part of the winter process. But honestly, that is stellar. That's the kind of leaf I want to see. And I'm fine with these little minor damages. Could this happen in the summer? Absolutely. I don't know how many plants that I've had during the summer. Well, look at my queen. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen when the leaf comes out. You just don't. You just have to hope and pray that it looks beautiful. I think this is absolutely stunning. But I love this plant. And this is a no drainage. Now, this is also a Baker's Acres plant. This is a SKG Silver, King of Spades. This is the leaf that when I bought it. So this is an original leaf. And it was actually growing a leaf down here. These are two plants. I tried helping that plant and I ruined that leaf. So I don't know if it'll come out with another one or not. But then this came out and I had this by the window. I don't know if the window caused a lot of this damage, but yesterday I decided I needed to water it, and I gave it my fertilizer, and I gave it the CalMag with iron. And I've already can tell because this leaf was so yellow, almost see-through like, and I was worried that it was dying. And I felt it needed nutrition, so that's what it got yesterday, and we've got green today. It's gotten better, and it's even hardened up a little bit. But this is a huge leaf. I did not expect at all this tiny little plant that had this leaf and then spit out this leaf. I just didn't see that coming. But you see all the damage here on the side. It's pretty sad. But, and then up here. Now, I don't know if having it by the window caused this damage, but by the window it was colder, and it did get stuck. So I just think I'm chalking that up to another winter issue. And this has been in no drainage since I bought this plant. Obviously, when I get these Anthurium and I pot them in no drainage, there's always going to be a repercussion, especially with it having to acclimate and then acclimate no drainage. So I understand the risk. But this is definitely a winter damage issue. But isn't that stellar? Look at the size of that leaf. I mean, beautiful. I can't wait. But I put it up here only because I don't know, I'm running out of space where I want things. So what about this guy? Okay, yeah. This is another Baker's Acres. I think this is dry. This is my Dreamweaver cross Dorioki cross Bess. This is a new leaf, and you see all of the little edges, no holes, but the edges are really bad, very dry, unfortunately. The leaf before it wasn't stellar, but it was still pretty good. I'm not sure if these are, I think this is a leaf of mine. I think all the originals are gone now. But yeah, so, and this one's also in no drainage. I love the color of that. You really see the Bessea on these, just stellar. Now I have that up here. It's still getting enough light. It's just the plants up here with these lights won't grow as fast as the ones that are getting lights on the leaves. I get that. Nothing I can really do about it. So I just go with it. Is this a winter leaf? I think that it may be. This is my GG Cross Forgetti, which is also Baker's Acres. And this leaf is finally starting to harden off. I finally moved it under the light a week and a half ago, and I think that's all it really needed. When you don't have them under the light, it takes them a long time to get enough strength to harden off. But I think she's gorgeous. Really gorgeous. No drainage on this one as well. Now, this one's very heavy, and I just watered it. So this is my Anthurium DocBlock Michelle. Oh, so heavy. And this is her newest leaf. And you see how it's curving? That's because of winter. She had a hard time coming out. And when it's really cold, what I've noticed on the Michelles, is they curl in like this, usually giving a big, ugly divot, sometimes cracking. But so far, no crack. This is a hole. I'm not sure where it came from, but that's the only damage so far that I see. And then, of course, these are the older leaves that she's given me. And I hope this one can be bigger than the last leaf. The last leaf, I think, I can't even remember, was slightly smaller than the one before. And being winter, I expect all leaves to not be as big. But sometimes I get surprised, and you're going to see one here soon, what surprised me. Actually, two, but isn't she beautiful? I think she's just gorgeous. But I have to water this plant almost every 3 days right now. I've rearranged this spot today, of course. I've rearranged to try to make, just help me. It's soothing for me to restyle my plants. So that's just what I do. I know it's harder on them, but that's just what I do, you know. I just accept the fact that they're going to struggle for a while till they adapt to the new light that they get or don't get. Okay. Now, this isn't a favorites, but I'm going to just say it now. This is my hands down favorite plant in here, and it's not an anthurium. Imagine that. So, this plant, which is also wet from last night, is my Monstera Esqueleto. Look at these leaves. Look at the size of this leaf, which is the one that just came out during the winter. I think, well, I'm sorry, this one came out and this one came out in the winter. No problems whatsoever. It did have a hard time opening. I have to help these plants, and usually the shower is enough. This plant loves CalMag and the iron I've been giving it and my fertilizer. It's now dark green. And look at this. Now, this hardened off maybe a week and a half ago, and it's already spitting out this new leaf. Look at that. Guys, I mean, and here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Look at the roots in this moss pole. If you can see it. I don't know if there's a glare from my light, but look at those roots in here. Unbelievable. Now, it's connecting to the moss pole right here. Oops, right here. And I don't know if we can tell, but right here is where it's going in. Yeah, you can't tell. But I have all this room, but it's down here is where it's connecting to the pole. But I feel like I have to keep up with the growth of this plant with the moss pole, don't I? Even though right here is where the point is that's in the moss pole, and I have all this room, I still feel like I have to I have to keep it current, meaning, you know, I have to keep this against the pole at all times. But, so I have a extension I'm gonna have to do, but this, guys, oh my gosh, I love this plant so much. I mean, I'm just filled with joy with this plant. She gave me, Yibo gave me the best cut that I could have asked for. And by putting it on the moss pole as early as I did, I believe this is why we see such large leaves, especially now. And look at the size of those holes. I mean, I'm just like in awe of this plant, guys, in awe. So you'll be seeing this again in my favorites, I'm sure, which I need to do. Okay, so that one, drainage pot with moss pole, okay? Not that I'm keeping track, I'm just letting you know. Another one that surprised me, look at her. This is my Longiloba Alocasia purple. Now, this is the biggest leaf she's put out for me. The leaf that I had prior just literally gave its all for this leaf. And I didn't cut it for quite a while until it just was laying on the table. And I felt like when it gets to that point, then you need to cut it because it's not doing the plant any good anymore and it's taking away from the strength of this plant. But it hasn't turned purple yet, and it will. And I'm not rushing it because once it turns purple, it's curling a little bit, and that worries me too. It had a little bit of yellowing as well. I didn't know if the yellowing was too much water, too much fertilizer, or just plain winter. I have no clue. So I did notice that it was dry, and I know we're not supposed to let these dry out, so I did rewater it with, I think, I did not put fertilizer in it. So one thing I'll tell you is I put a note. I stopped fertilizing all no drainage vessels, unless new, as of January. So these older plants that I've had for a long time, I'm not going to do any fertilizer until the end of February or maybe March, because I noticed that some of them, not in here, but some of them will start getting the salt buildup. So this is my way of flushing it, is they only get water, nothing else in it, just water. And then I'll see how they are by the end of this 2 months that they don't get anything. And then if the salt's still kind of on top, then I'll flush it. I'll fill it up, and then I'll dump it out with water. Dump out the water and see how it does. But I'm not too concerned about it, honestly. I don't water these no drainage vessels near as much as I do a normal one. So I just don't fertilize every watering with no drainage, so I can prevent that. And I think I was doing it too frequently on some of them, and now that I'm getting better at it, then I'm just learning and as I go. So, but look at the back of this leaf. Look at that purple. You can't really tell with this ugly stuff, but I'm keeping that on there. But look at that purple. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. This is, I really, really hope, guys, that I can one day have more than one leaf. But if I don't, and I can just have a leaf like this every time, I will be so grateful. So mark this in your calendar. If you haven't seen my plant care video, with this being in the beginning of it, and I said, this is the way it goes, is you have one good leaf, and then you have a crap leaf. You have a good leaf, then you have a crap leaf. You have a good leaf, then you have a crap leaf. Well, this is the first leaf that came out in this repot that I did in a taller vessel rather than the wider vessel. And what I'm really hoping to find, that by changing it from a wider pot to a tall, leaner pot, that we're going to have better luck with the leaves. But the next leaf will tell us. Will tell us. If it's a good leaf, I'll let you know. But she's beautiful. So the next one, this hasn't had only a flower since I put it in no drainage, so nothing there to talk about. My King Cleary, this is the latest leaf. Right here, she's still growing. And you can see her little ear hangs. There's some damage here on the side from being in the canal too long. But she's gorgeous. Just look at that leaf. Absolute stellar. All of these leaves have been stellar. And I mean, I can't tell you enough about this plant. Now this is the first leaf. This is the first leaf coming out of no drainage. All the other leaves came out when they were in the regular plastic pot with drainage. What really upsets me though is all these leaves are in the front, but the newest leaf is facing the other way. So I've been looking at it instead, but I really wish they'd all be the one direction, but that's okay. I'm looking at the newest leaf. Anything down here? Okay, yeah. My Monstera Albo. Oh, she was just watered last night. I mean, all these leaves are pretty much, this is the latest one. It's not hardened off yet. I was a little concerned because we're getting more green and less variegation, but it did okay. So it did okay. I don't know if it's hardened off. I think, not yet. It's not yet. You can tell how green it is versus how dark green these older ones are, but you can tell a difference in how much white that there is. So, and another thing is that you can see all the white here. So I think we're okay. I don't think it'll grow out and be green. But I have to extend this pole. She's all the way at the top already. And yeah, but winter did not bother this plant. I was a little, like I said, I was a little worried, but because when I first started unfurling, it was really tight, and I just had to keep squirting it, and the shower eventually opened it. She's really pretty. Oh. The next one that I have to show is this one. So this is the NSC Red Crystal Luxurians. And this is the latest leaf, which has a little bit of a dry tip on it, But other than that, she came out perfect. And of course, I moved her from where she came out. I had her over by the window on the floor under the big grow light. But she's still under a grow light, so I'm not too worried about it. But I just think that this is a pretty plant. I really I failed her. This was the other leaf that came out under my care, but it's been like 4 months since it came out. It took many, what felt like many months for this leaf to come out. And that's because before I put these other the Soltech light up here, she was down in the shade before. And you can see, I did a video of restyling when we put that up. But she was in pretty much really low light, and I don't care what anyone says. Anthuriums need a lot of light, even though they're under a canopy in the rainforest. They need light. Otherwise, they don't do well. They don't do well. It's like me. I don't do well if I don't have sunshine. I think that might be it on new leaves. Now this one's coming out with a new one as we speak. This is the Faustio's Giant Clarinarium Cross AOS. So look at the monster size on that stem. I'm looking forward to seeing what she has put out. Hopefully that leaf, can you see it? I think you can. Hopefully this leaf, I watered it just the other day, maybe 2 days ago. It's already feels dry to me. But hopefully it's as beautiful as these others that I've had. But these things don't brown. These leaves here, this is the original leaf. When I got it, nothing wrong with it. This one's the original leaf. And then this is one under my care. These leaves are just strong, very strong. Okay, I think that's it for this side. Is it? No. This is the Dreamweaver cross Doriaki cross Bess. Yes, I've got 2 of them. Don't know why, but I tend to do that. And there's 2 plants in this one pot. I mean, look at the roots on this thing. It's going to be a monster. I need to repot it. And you see it all these up here? Look at this up here. The glare from my light. I could turn that light down a little bit. Maybe that'll help a little. But this leaf came out in December, and it's still got the beautiful dark tone to it. This is how they look when they're older. But look at that leaf. And then here's the new one. Look at that. Look at that dark red. This is a stellar of a plant. I got this at Baker's Acres, and I need to water it again. So I'm going to leave that out. And the other one I would say is, this is my Alocasia black velvet, pink black velvet. 2 leaves have come out during the winter time. This bad boy was the latest one. This one was right before it. And then this one was before it, which was summertime. And then this was one of my, when it was a baby came out. So this is the latest leaf. And I keep this in the case. And that case, guys, unless I keep it shut, and I don't like keeping it shut because you risk getting fungi. You get, this stays moist because it's in no drainage, and I don't want, and I don't have a fan in there. It's just a baby case. So I keep the lid open, so it's really not getting that much more humidity than everybody else. But when I shut the case, and I'll shut it for probably about, a day, and then I'll open it again for a day, and then I close it and that kind of thing. But just enough so this one, I'm just terrified that this one is going to croak like most alocasias in my care, and I really want this one to do well. And I think she really likes it in no drainage. But we'll see. She's not sizing up too much, but that is the biggest leaf that I've gotten. I just hope the pink stays, or I'll be really sad. 2 of the corms that were on top dried out, but they weren't big enough corms, so I knew I couldn't plant them. They were just those little it was just starting on them, but because it was at the top, they dried out, and I just had to take them out and throw them out. But I need to water this one. Okay, so I think now I'm done with this side on leaf department. This one is not doing well. This is the latest leaf. This is the DocBlock Silver, DocBlock Cross Lux. All the leaves, I don't know, this was the last really beautiful leaf I had, and I don't remember when that was. I just put it in no drainage not long ago, so it had nothing to do with that. But for some unknown reason, this plant's having an issue getting these leaves. And here's another one. I don't blame this on winter. There's something going on with this plant. So I don't know how much longer I'll keep it, but for now I just move it around for filler. All right, I'm going to take you over to the other area. All right, so we've made it on the other side. It's dark out. It's 5:51 p.m. So I've shut the blinds because my big light was glaring off the window. But I don't have many over here to show you, but I do have some. So the first one I want to show you is my lemon lime monstera. She just got watered last night. Oh. And look at the latest leaf on her. Another one that came out beautiful. I love this plant very much. Not as much as the Esqueleto, but I do love it. And when this leaf came out, it freaked out. It was hung over. It was just all like this. It was just so cold. And like I say, by this window, it was 58, 59 degrees. Nothing I can do about that. It's because of the radiant heat and being so cold outside. I can't keep the house warm in all areas. So I did move her over where the anthuriums were we were just at. And she was on the floor for about a week in the coldest of as she was starting to get stronger, I moved her back to the window. I did move this stuff, all the plants back from the window a little bit so they're not directly close to it. But this is a success story here for the winter that we're in right now. Not one problem with that leaf, guys. Just beautiful. And moss pole, not as filled in, but you see the roots in there. It's connected all the way down here at the bottom. So, but I keep putting moss in it. I don't have to upsize this one just yet, but it's definitely going to be happen here not too long. I really wish that I didn't have to upsize them, but I am kind of anxious about seeing what they're going to look like. But look at this. Look at those roots. I need, or the aeroids, I need to repot this plant and get the aeroids out of it. But I don't think it needs repotted. The problem is the aeroids are just getting crazy in there. I think the actual roots aren't taking up that whole pot, and I really don't want to have a bigger pot unnecessarily. Okay, so the Rhipsalis, all my Rhipsalis, they aren't impacted by this winter. They are impacted by the light, the sunlight, and the grow lights, and they are loving life. Look at the growth. Look at the growth on that. I'm wondering something. Should I have the camera? I'm going to move the camera. Hold on a second. I want the light facing me. So we'll see. I think that's better. I don't know. We'll see when I edit. But this is the Rhipsalis Macrantha F. tonzuli. I don't know if it's not focusing. And I can't put my hand up there or my plant will drop. But look at that. All that new growth. So pretty. I get so excited. Ever since I fertilized these plants, they have just taken off. Absolutely love their nutrition. So it's exciting to watch these grow. This one gets light from the Soltec and the sun coming in. I think it's pretty much self-explanatory that my hanging plants are doing spectacular. They don't care about winter, so I'm not going to focus on those new leaves. My new orchid that I bought from Woohoo Tropicals, look at all the growth. Look at all the growth. They haven't opened yet, but this orchid loves the cold because that's what makes it grow. It's beautiful flowers. And then the leaves are doing really well. I'm doing very well with this plant, and I'm proud of myself. I only killed one leaf off. It's all in moss. There's nothing else in it, and I've got it in an air plant or an air pot. So I can't wait to see these flowers when they open up. So this one did not care about winter. Nothing to report yet on my Thai. Very sad reporting on my Tandarusa, but she's not doing well. But this is not about that. So new growth. This cool fire keeps growing. I mean, it's incredible, guys. So it's grown one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new leaves. And now I don't know what this is, guys, but it's like some kind of flower right here. It's growing, and I don't know what it is, but it's so cute. I love this plant. All the bottom leaves are going to come out soon. It's just a matter of time. So I'm just letting it do its thing. Nothing here doesn't care about winter. This plant does not care as long as you keep it wet, or you water it every time it's dry and fertilize it and keep it under a light, you're in good shape. This plant, my other Michelle, is not doing great. I don't think that it likes no drainage, but we're going to keep her in here because she's testing the waters for me. This is the last leaf, and you see all these holes. That's not due to winter, but it didn't help. I actually did this one here. I was just really rough with this plant. I don't know why, but I was. And this plant was hooked on to my other Michelle. This was a small plant, and when I broke them apart, I just kept her, and I'm testing the no drainage on her to see how it does before I do my big one. Because the other one needs repotted. It needs repotted, period. It just, when leaves don't grow as big as they're supposed to, a repot's necessary. What I mean is if the leaves come out smaller than the last one, then you've got to do something. All right, here is, I haven't figured this one out yet, guys. I've had this one over a year and a half now. This is my Anthurium Luxurians. And this is the newest leaf under winter. There's not one thing wrong with this leaf. There's no holes, nothing. But do you see how it's shaped? It hates life. It is hating life. It's too cold or it's too much water. I haven't figured it out yet. But it hasn't hardened off. It's not growing. And it's just, and it is starting to grow in this shape. And it just torques my world because I have had crap leaves for the last year. This is a crap leaf, and before that I cut off the other one. This was the last beautiful leaf I got from this plant, and I still have it. But I am not sure what's happening with this thing. I really do not know what's happening with this thing. I don't know what to do. I had it in a plastic bag every day, thinking this is a humidity issue, but I don't think it's a humidity issue, but I just don't know. I Googled it, and it's all about either overwatering or too harsh of a light, and I know that's not it, or the environment being too cold, and I just think it's too cold. Honestly, I think it's too cold, and that's what's happening. So we'll see if I'm lucky, and it does get, if it's supposed to go above 20 in the next couple days. And if it can stay above 20, that means our house will be in the 70s more, which will make this plant happier. I don't know about the humidity, but I highly doubt that the humidity is going to go up at all. It usually does not in the coldest of colds. Oh. So I don't know what to do with this thing. It's really angers me. And then my Philodendron Micans is doing fantastic. It doesn't care about winter. It's not a hanging plant yet, but there she is. She's loving life underneath the grow light. Lots and lots of roots. I don't know if you can see them or not. They're awfully thin. And it's the glare too. So Yeah, so easy of a plant to take care of. She's just a nice filler to have. Is there any other one I need to report on? All of the Rhipsalis. So this is another one that's growing like a weed. You see all of that growth? It's just so cute. I love it. I love it. I've never recorded this late before. My husband said this morning, I was like, I just don't know when I want to record. The lighting situation when the sun's out is so horrific. It's a pain. It's a very painful process when you're watching your video and these light things are all over the place and you have to edit the light and that doesn't ever really turn out great. So he's like, well, try doing it in the evening. I was like, okay, I kind of like it. So yeah, there she is, so cute. She loves fertilizer. Now this one here has a new leaf, and I would say really perfect. There's nothing wrong with this new leaf that's growing out. No hard edges. It didn't have a hard time coming out. It's just a baby leaf, very soft. This is a Pap gatorskin cross Bess cross Stripey Mag cross Pap 5. This is a Baker's Acres. So she's liking it too. Here's the leaf before. It was not a fan of no drainage at first, which every plant adapts. It's just how long it takes. And the better you get at it, the better they get. Nothing's really changed from my Wendlingerii. Oh, I watered her the other day. She does not care about winter. I would say because her leaves are like leather, where this is a new leaf, and she's got new ones coming out. So we've got growth here, right there, and then right there. But the leaves she spit out here in the wintertime, there's been no issues. And like I say, I think it's because they're leathery. Now this one had a really hard time, and I don't remember when this one came out. It had holes, it was all beat up. I was like, what? But this has been a long time. That was, I don't know, 3 leaves ago on this vine, probably. But this one loves no drainage. All the strap leaves love no drainage, I think. Now, that ends my winter leaf saga on older plants. My Hoyas are doing okay. They've slowed up in growing. My Sarawak stopped growing. My whatchamacallit, Wilbur Graves has stopped growing, but they're not under bright lights anymore, and I think that's part of it. I moved them around, and we just have some empty vines here, but I don't care. I really just want them for fillers. I need to water them, so I'll do that here in a second. But like, I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn my camera. I've got it. Oops. So I had all the Hoyas on this table earlier today. Now we only have the Wilbur Graves. And I moved things around. So I want to show you. So this is my family room where my dogs pretty much stay. And this table is one that we moved from my plant room in here. In my plant styling video, I think it was my plant styling video. I don't remember, but I didn't want to fuss with a table anymore. And my husband suggested that where I had this table where my Monsteras are, my Thai and my lemon lime, that's where it used to be. And he suggested that if you remove the table, you won't be feeling like you have to fill the table all the time with plants. And because I was struggling so much with placement of plants in there, and so by moving it, I actually like it so much better in there without this table. So I decided today I'm moving all of my baby plants in here with my Hoyas, and that's because maybe I need to keep one on, and that's because I don't want to look at these anymore. The Hoyas are fine, but I think the Hoyas just need more light, and I know my Lisa loves it. So I decided to bring her in here to get under the grow lights. I'm not going to waste my grow lights from my plant room for Hoyas. I'm just not. And I do have a couple Hoya, another Hoya coming, but I just like them for filler. It's really bad. I'm trying to get the lighting right, but things change. I'm not sure why. Hi, I got big boy here. This is my room, okay? Mommy's in my room. That's right. So the only thing I want to show you here is some of these leaves. This is a red crystal cross chocolate crystal, Woo 1. And I've got nothing but garbage leaves out of this plant. This is the original leaf, which was decent, but this is what I have now, which I understood when I first got it, because when they shipped it to me, it was a brand new leaf. It was just a baby, and it was cold, so I knew this leaf wasn't going to be great. But look at this. How sad is that? Look at that leaf. And look at the stem. This had possibilities of being a big, beautiful leaf. And I'm just not interested in this, guys. I'm just not interested in this. So I may not have this plant that long. And that's sad, because this is really one of the most beautiful colored anthuriums that I have. But this teardrop shape, I hate that. I just hate it. And now I have another one, and it might not even live because it's so dry. I think it's going to just cap off, like anytime. It's just going to cap off. So it's out here because I don't want to look at it. And then this one is a new leaf, which is beautiful. I'm very pleased with this one. This is my baby Pap RA18 cross wide Bessea AF. So she's doing good. But I want all the babies out here. Look at the roots. I want all the babies out here. I may change my mind and put them back in the small table, but right now, this is where I want them. Here's another brand new leaf out of this is the Alocasia pink bambino, I had a video on. She was in no drainage and I almost killed her. This was the emergency repot I did, and this was the last leaf before this one. And I just overwatered her way too much, so I ended up putting her back in a small drainage situation, and she popped this one out. It's no pink, but that's okay. We'll see what she does. We'll see what she does. But that leaf is good. Not bad for wintertime being alocasia. Nothing to report here. This is a brand new leaf of my new, I say new, it's been it's probably been 2 months, but this is the Ace of Spades, Dark, Cross Pappy, Cross Carlablackiae Woo 2. And this leaf is the first leaf, I think, under my care. And it's absolutely happy here. This is their gift plant to me, because the plant that I did buy from them, somebody knocked the leaf off, which was this. This is hideous, guys. This is hideous, but it has nothing to... I mean, it does maybe have a lot to do with winter, because I did put this on here to give it more moisture, and hopes, because it's starting to grow a leaf. And I'm just hoping that if I keep moisture on these plants as they're growing these leaves, they have better chances. Like this one is growing a new leaf. But yeah, again, this is a leaf video. I shouldn't be showing you the things that don't have anything. But I think winter's impacted, obviously, all of them somehow or another. Yeah, so that is it. I think I've shown you everything that needs to be shown for winter leaves. And like I said, I don't think that... I know every winter's been hard for me. Since starting this hobby, I tend to forget when spring comes and everything's happy and growing beautifully. I forget just how painful it is to see the plants suffer with new growth, and the leaves are just botchy and ugly. And I reread it a lot, and there's people that say that, I stopped fertilizing my plants in October, and I won't fertilize them again till spring, but the plant still grows. And I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, it still grows. I think that's detrimental to the plant if you don't give it nutrition. You're starving it, essentially. And so I entertained stopping the fertilizer altogether in October as well. But honestly, I don't think it wouldn't have helped. My leaves are still going to grow. You're always going to have at least one leaf in the wintertime. We just have to expect that. Now, my Monstera Esqueleto has pushed out, we're going on number 3 in the winter. And I mean, that is kicking out nonstop. But I just have to make sure that I squirt those leaves as they come out. And when I shower it off, I really let the water pounce on the new leaf so it helps expand it. So really the bottom line is you just have to keep an eye out, and you've got to accept that winter's just going to bring this kind of situation to your plants. And we just have to deal with it. We just got to deal with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Shockingly enough, I stood that entire time and my feet did okay. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you haven't already. I always enjoy talking to the community. And speaking of which, if you look down in my description and you're subscribed to me for one day, you can click on that link, go to my community page, and paste any like images of your plants and show me and my followers your plants. I would love to see them. And if you ever have any questions, let me know. I am collecting questions for Q&A if I have enough. If I don't have enough, then I probably won't. So thank you so much for being here and for supporting me through my mom's sickness and wishing me well and saying the prayers that you've said for me and my mom. That means the world to me. And I'm going to come up with a video to show you the room, my bedroom, and what I set up for my honoring my mommy and never forgetting her ever. I think you'll like it. So I've got to work on that too. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Made a baby's an extra path. Got an extra path out here now. This is their old path. Now they got an extra path. Let's see how they do. Go see your path, baby! Yeah, get your extra path, baby! Hey, now you get out here. Okay, that's not a path. Hey, babe.